Can you feel it? Speed, adrenaline, power. Rolling with the thunder. It's time for Thunder Talk. Brought to you by Jailhouse Saloon. Now, here's your host, Dan Bailey.
Here we are, the middle of summer, the middle of the 2018 racing season at Mississippi Thunder Speedway. Can you believe that we are approaching the final Friday night of dirt track action for the month of June? I'll tell you, one individual who's going to have a great time this Friday night is a driver who may catch you a little off guard. I love talking with the future superstars of this sport, and that's exactly who I'm going to chat with this week. A young driver in the Jailhouse Saloon USRA Hobby Stock division joins us on Thunder Talk, Triton Krause.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Triton, I want to take a moment before we talk about racing and how you're doing. I want to introduce you to the folks who are listening to the program. First of all, tell us how old you are, because I think we're going to catch a few people off guard here. Tell us your age, Triton.
I'm 13 years old.
13 years old, buddy, and you are out there on the track manhandling a full-sized stock car. Tell us, how did a 13-year-old get behind the wheel of a stock car? How did you get started in this sport?
Well, when I was 8 years old, my dad wanted me to get started in racing, and we started out with slingshots. We raced slingshots for 4 years. We got a dozen or so wins, and then at age 12, we decided to go to hobby stocks.
Do you know why your dad wanted to get you involved? Has he always been a fan? Tell us a little about your dad.
He always demo derbied and thought that I would like to get started racing, and here I am.
The first few times that you strapped yourself into a slingshot, what did you think about the sport? What did you like about it? What really excited you about the sport?
Well, it was really fun racing against people that I got to know, and it was really fun racing with them.
Was it hard getting started when you first climbed into a race car?
Yeah, it was hard getting started, just knowing everything that was going on around us.
And then last year, you took the step up into these full-sized Jailhouse Saloon USRA Hobby Stocks. The first few times you started driving that big car, how did that feel?
I was kind of nervous at first, but I slowly got into it and it got better every week.
When you first made that change from the slingshots up to the big car, did you set some goals for yourself?
Yeah, I wanted a couple heat wins, and I was going for that, and I got one during Fall Fest last year, and so far I got one this year.
Yeah, let's focus in a little bit on the 2018 season, because right now you are in the top 5 in the Jailhouse Saloon USRA Hobby Stock division. As a matter of fact, at the time that you and I are chatting here, you're only 10 points out of the championship position at the top. You're a third in the point standings. Is this where you expected to be at the midway point of the 2018 season, battling with those other drivers at the top of the point standings?
I wasn't expecting to be this far up, but I was expecting to be some ways up there, but not quite this far.
Another thing that I've always noticed, you have some local and area businesses who support you. You want to run through a listing of those sponsors you've got for 2018?
I'd like to thank Riverland Trucking, Hunger Logging, Shot Farms, Harry's Place, Hilltop Trucking, and Krause Trucking and Excavating.
A lot of great supporters helping you out this year, right?
Yeah.
Now, when you head to school, what do your friends think about you being a race car driver?
I think it's pretty cool that I get to go out there and race on Friday nights.
What about your future? Have you ever thought about what you might want to try next?
Once maybe I get a championship, maybe I'd like to move to a late model.
You'd like to try those USRA late models, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, it's fun watching you out there every Friday night, and I want to be honest with you, a lot of the folks who are watching are both impressed with how well you're driving, and they know that you are one of those guys out there every Friday night who could be challenging for a win. Congratulations on a great year thus far, and thanks very much, Triton, for joining us this evening on Thunder Talk.
Yeah, thank you.
Hey, don't forget, you can also follow all of my social media efforts on Twitter. My account is at Dan Bailey MTS. I try to keep the race fans up to date with live results, especially event winners. Again, follow my Twitter account. That's at Dan Bailey MTS, at Dan Bailey MTS.
That was Thunder Talk with Dan Bailey, brought to you by Jailhouse Saloon. Listen to Live Trackside every Friday on AM 1380 KG Country. And don't forget to vote for the Driver of the Week on the Mississippi Thunder Speedway's Facebook page. Thunder Talk with Dan Bailey.
Come on down to the Jailhouse Saloon. Yeah, come on down to the Jailhouse Saloon.
The Jailhouse Saloon is where everyone wants to do time. Come on in and nab up some of the best homemade pizza around. The Jailhouse has happy hour weekdays from 2 until 6, free pool on Mondays, and lunch every day at a great price.
The Jailhouse Saloon where everyone wants to do time.